Okay, so for the beginning of this sermon, it's lucky that my friend Dr. Josh Grant is in the front row. I'm putting him on the spot right now because I may need help because I asked Dr. Google. Our arms are made up of three main bones, the humerus, the radius, and the carpals. All who? Ulna? The ulna. Okay, thank you, Dr. Grant. The humerus connects to our shoulder, the radius connects to our wrist, and the ulna connects us to our hand. Nice. These bones together, he's an eye doctor. These bones put together create a sukkah. Now, typically our Sukkot are made of wood and nowadays tarps with PVC piping, but the medieval rabbis wouldn't accept that our Sukkot are only physical structures. They must be spiritual structures as well. As physical structures, our Sukkot must have 2 full walls and 1 minimal wall. Our arms have 2 full-size bones and then a smaller bone at our wrist. Our arms are 2 full walls and 1 minimal wall. According to Rabbi Chaim Vital, a 16th century rabbi and disciple of Rabbi Isaac Luria, the father of Lurianic Kabbalah, when we stand face to face with someone and hug them, we first wrap our humerus around them, then our radius, then our carpals. So like this. So every hug we give is a sukkah, and every sukkah that we step into is an embrace by God. According to Rabbi Vital, stepping into the sukkah is a way to step in God's mind and God's arms at once. When we dwell in our Sukkot, we are being sheltered by God's compassion and enlightened by God's wisdom. In other words, we are being enveloped and embraced by God's mind and heart at the same time. I was studying this for the cohort that I am in right before I met a friend for coffee, and when she arrived, I practically assaulted her with this new knowledge. I thought everyone at Starbucks at Maple and Telegraph was also going to run home and tell their families about the arm and the sukkah and the whole bones thing. But luckily for me, she's a Jewish professional and was equally as inspired with this new knowledge. Comparing the sukkah to a hug was not a far cry from comparing the lulav and an etrog to a human being. The palm branches are the spine, the myrtle are the eyes, and the willow are the lips. And the etrog, of course, represents the human heart. And when you put them all together, you get a full human being. And so the rabbi said, the etrog is the fruit of a pleasant tree. This is the people of Israel. Just as the etrog has taste and fragrance, so Israel has people among them who have Torah, but no good deeds. It tells us branches of the date palms. This is also Israel. Just as the date palm has taste, but no fragrance, so Israel has people among them who have Torah, but not have good deeds. And the bough of a leafy tree, this is also Israel. And just as myrtle has fragrance, but no taste, so Israel has people among them who have good deeds, but no Torah. The ancient and medieval rabbis were practically obsessed with making these symbols more relatable than they might have otherwise been on their own. They couldn't have been just some random leafy greens thrown together with a fruit that they decided was an etrog. They had to attach meaning that we could understand, so we weren't just going through the motions, but rather, we literally feel the significance of what we are doing and know that it's so much more than just sitting, waving, and smelling. When the temple stood, we didn't have any of these rituals. We were completely disconnected from the rituals that were happening inside the temple. We basically handed over our gifts to the priest, and that was it. Now, Rabbinic Judaism, we are Rabbinic Jews, has many flaws, gender inequality being one of them. But we owe a debt of gratitude for them creating a way of being Jewish that is totally participatory. We perform the rituals, we say the words, we eat the foods. Then the mystics of the 16th century came and brought their creative minds, and they have made ways to communicate with God and experience God in even more intimate ways. It's never about the wine and the challah on Shabbat. It's about the blessing and the gratitude that we ingest. It's not about the matzah. It's about tasting slavery and the journey to freedom. The sukkah is so much more than hay and pumpkins, and in Michigan, cider and donuts. It's about experiencing a hug from God and the feeling of security and safety that that embrace brings. Another assignment that we had for our class specifically was, how can we build an inner Sukkah? A place inside of us that is peaceful and loving, a place where our inner critic is not allowed, and a place where we can find refuge in a world that feels anything but peaceful. So when I was talking with other rabbis and cantor in my cohort this week, there was just one thing we had in common. Literally none of us had anything to say because we had said it all in the past 2 weeks. And the situation in Israel only made that more stark. We feel like anything we wrote would be insignificant because of the news cycle and because of the sheer enormity of what is happening. And the entire Jewish world is holding its collective breath, waiting still for the hostages to be returned and the war to come to an end. The entirety of the Jewish people is sitting in their Sukkot, desperately trying to find inner and outer peace that just doesn't seem possible, really, until we are once again whole, until all our people are home. Since the announcement of the deal, every single Jewish organization has sent emails out celebrating their return. Meanwhile, I've been acting like a European bubby, yelling no kinahoras and spitting everywhere. I personally cannot exhale until they are home. For me, the Sukkah of peace is not yet complete. I'd like to share a poem that comes from the Shalom Hartman Institute's ritual department. It's called May It Be, a prayer upon the return of the hostages. May it be, our brothers and sisters, that just as you showed strength and courage in the terrible inferno, so may you find the strength to heal upon your return as you walk through the path of recovery. May you be embraced by the tens of thousands of loving hearts that never stopped worrying, hoping, acting, and working for your sake. May it be that we know how to serve as a support and source of strength, material, emotionally, and spiritually for you and your families. May we together weave the thread of hope for salvation so that your return will proclaim peace and herald good. May it be that we preserve this shared home. May we honor the light revealed in all the actions of those who never stop striving and crying out for your return. May it be that the memory of those we could not bring back safely and those who fell in battle remain with us forever, an eternal flame of pain and hope, of sorrow and consolation. May the verse be fulfilled through us, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. I will end just by saying this. May it be soon that our Sukkah of peace is complete, our inner Sukkah, our outer Sukkah, and that our arms are fully wrapped around every soul soon. Shabbat Shalom.